Good evening. I usually would come up with a disclaimer by now or talk about any sort of warning about the episode that's going to come up. There's no warning. We're just going to talk. And in fact, I think given that this is the year that it has been, I think we all just need to talk. Is this going to be a certain day of the year where there's an airing of grievances? Maybe. We don't know. But we're all here to talk. The eCam link is down there. So you can use your web browser on your phone or your laptop and join us for the conversation. And let's begin.
Normally, I'd be outside in front of the house doing one of these. But instead, I'm sitting down because it's been a long year. But I'm really thankful for this project we've been on, this live stream that has become the Venture Forward. Today, we have a year-end party. We have a special edition of VF Talks. This is the Venture Forward VF Talks.
Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to VF Talks, Venture Forward. I am John Venturini, and I am a recovering addict of gambling, overeating, and all of that, right? Overeating, gambling, and compulsive gambling and alcoholism for sure. got hung up on my own addictions. That's the sort of year it's been, guys. That's how off this year has been. This is the last episode of the year as we try to wrap things up for sure. I'm JV. This character back here, this guy, you know him. Yeah, I think you love him. Maybe not. It's Rex. He's a Triceratops who thinks he's a T-Rex, and the story there is Rex was a present given to me last Christmas, and now he's become a mascot on my live stream. There you have it. It's as simple a story as I can come up with, right? You know, the sort of thing where, of course, did I do anything to mute everything? No, this is a work in progress, right? Anyhow, let's go to the comments. I'm glad everybody's joining us tonight, for sure. How are you, man? I hope you're having a great Christmas too. I'm glad you're here tonight. Mr. Haas, great Festivus episode earlier in the afternoon. You were fantastic. If you want, you could jump on. I can share with you my grievances, even though I said I wasn't going to have any grievances. So you can jump on. We could talk about that for sure. Marilyn, good to see you this evening. Thank you for your compliment about being on Recovering Addict last night. It was a really, really great episode. I think to tell that story, to talk about how everything was intertwined was really important. And LT and Felice, I love talking to them, and they're just a really great community, as well as Nicole, as well as Sober James. They've been fantastic for the recovery community, whether it's alcoholism or drugs or whatnot. They all have stories, and they do it week in, week out. They're fantastic. So, and I will keep on talking about all of them because they are great at what they do, and they are a great community to get to know, for sure. Especially in a world where there aren't any meetings to go to. They're great people, for sure. Let's see. Sarah, you're sauteing shiitakes. You're not going to jump on because you're too grumpy and gloomy today. Happens. Shiitakes are a good mushroom. I enjoy shiitakes. I am a fan of hen of the woods. Hen of the woods, incredible mushroom. It's more of an elongated sort of mushroom that you would find at certain steakhouses. And it's just, it gets a little sort of crispy sort of texture on the outside, and it goes great with a steak. So I kind of jealous you're doing shiitakes tonight. I love sautéed mushrooms, as I can't even talk straight. What's going on here? Does anyone know? Anyone know what's going on? Hey Sandy, how are you? Hope you're doing well tonight. Sarah says, tell Rex I used to work at the Academy of Natural Sciences, and I know where the skeletons in his closet are. Hang on one second. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Rex? We have information on you, man. We have information on you. We do. Happy Festivus to you too, Mr. Haas. It was a thing on Seinfeld, and it's become part of the lexicon, hasn't it? This whole idea of a Festivus for the rest of us, and airing grievances, and the feats of strength, and all that. I think outside of all of the Seinfeld episodes, one of my favorites, when we were introduced to the concept of Festivus and the Human Fund and all that, just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I guess I could take some time and talk about how weird even this week has been. I talked about it on the Venture Forward last night about how everything is bordering upon surreal. We talked about going to central Pennsylvania over the weekend on a home football day, which is just weird for December. But moreover, passing by Beaver Stadium, and there was no one in the stands, and there are cop cars blocking off the driveway or the ramp up to the stadium. Between that and the fact that there was supposed to be, let's say, a commencement, I think the thing is, I don't think anything stands as something that's just, you can't believe what's going on anymore, right? It's like, oh yeah, that happened. But if we don't know how many times we just sat there with our eyes either wide open or just losing our wits about what's going on, or I don't know, laying in the fetal position, it's been a lot of that this year, huh? So I hope that through all of this, we got a better sense of what we bring to the party, what we bring to ourselves, and getting our sort of world kind of cleaned up a bit. Hang on one second. Yeah, that goes for you too, Rex. That goes for you too. Yeah. He's a character. Yeah, I think I have seen so many people have that sort of moment of reality, that sort of realization that they say, oh my God, what the heck has happened here? And they're realizing that they have to either course correct or make an agile turn and try to redo something or fix something or just rehabilitate a certain portion of their life. There has been so many people that I never thought have those sort of moments that they would do either live on a live stream or in front of the camera on TV or on the radio or in conversation. So much of that. And I think if there is any time for us to get away with it, it's now. But the thing is, we should always do that. I think the amount of realism that we portray on a live stream or anywhere, I think makes us more, I guess the word I'm looking for is human, more credible, not sounding like an automaton. That makes sense. I'm a big believer in being as just as WYSIWYG as I can be. And for some of you are saying, what is WYSIWYG? What you see is what you get. That's me. I do a live stream without any sort of special camera. What you see is what you get. I'm doing this in my office. What you see is what you get. Now, am I going to improve upon this? Yeah, I am. Did I do it for the first season? No. Because the thing is, it's about the content. It's about the story we're telling. It's about the things that we have realized, the things that we are doing to kind of put ourselves in a better place instead of coming up with high-tech equipment and this, that, and the other thing. Now, that said, it will happen in time for the season premiere on January 5th. But the first season wasn't about that. First season was about me being able to do this and tell my story. And I'm doing it. And I got to thank all of you because you've been here. You've been watching the episodes. You've been live streaming them or catching them on replay. Whether it was someone I met through Lita, live every day in August, through LSP, or through the recovery groups of that of Recovering Addict, Sober James, Real Recovery with Nicole, what have you. All of you are experiencing this to some sort of degree for different reasons. But you're experiencing something quite similar. And I think seeing all of you together, having conversations with all of you, has been really eye-opening and makes me feel really close to you guys. And I'm really thankful for all of you. Really blessed for all of you, for sure. Let me go through some comments. A generous donation has been made in your name to the Human Fund. Of course it has. Of course it has. I mean, how can it not be Festivus without donations to the Human Fund, right? Have you ever eaten a veg? They do amazing things with mushrooms. It may be my favorite restaurant outside of Paris. I have not eaten at veg. I gotta be honest with you, Sarah, which I kind of think I'm a foodie, but where is veg? If you could pop in the location of veg in the comments, that would be great, because that certainly would be a place I'd be very interested in for sure. And WYSIWYG, yeah, that's me. It ain't an act. I'm really this messed up. Haha. You think you're messed up? I don't think you're messed up at all. In fact, now you kind of set yourself up now. If you want to jump on and have a conversation about that, we could talk about why you think you're messed. I don't think you're messed up at all. I think of all the conversations I've had in Lita and whatnot, you've had a lot of the eye-opening ones for sure, and I don't find that to be messed up whatsoever. So, if you want to plug that eCam link, that browser link into your browser, wow, can't even talk tonight. Let's talk, because I don't think you're messed up at all. I think you're a phenomenal human being, sir. So. Also, anyone want to start a debate on why I shouldn't be drinking coffee at 6:45 at night? Discuss in the comments, or jump on. We could talk about that too. I'll jump on. Thank you. That'd be great. Be good to see you. Very strange experience this afternoon. Going to pick up those last minute items. Yeah, I'm one of those people. There are people out there. In all of this madness, there are people out there. Stores were jammed. Grocery stores were jammed. Shops were jammed. There are a lot of people out there. And I guess it's good news, bad news sort of thing. The good news is there are people out there and doing their last minute shopping, and there's a little bit of a thriving sort of nature of the economy. But on the flip side of that is, why are there so many people out there? I thought we were under some sort of warning by the governor. So it's a good news, bad news sort of thing for sure. But I thought it was interesting to see traffic. To see traffic on the bypass and on 202 and on it tells me that there are things going on, but then again there are things going on. Does that make any sense? Here's Matt. Hey Matt. How are you?
Good. Let me get my audio set up here. Sorry.
Latency.
Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Latency, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
All right. All right. I think I'm settled in. Hi, John.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Fabulous.
Emmy Award-winning live streamer that you are.
Oh, man. I'm all disheveled, aren't I?
You're disheveled.
Well,
How did that happen, Bobby?
I found this awesome show on Netflix, and I can't pull myself away. I'm like, I thought it was brand new. I'm like, I'll just binge watch one season. There's 4 seasons, and each season has like 20 episodes, and they're an hour long. You'd like it. You'd like it. It's called Halt and Catch Fire.
Halt and Catch Fire.
Halt and Catch Fire. It was a term back in the programming days. All instructions would demand 100% CPU usage, and the machine would catch on fire. It's about the early days of computer programs and the internet. It's fascinating. Tim Berners-Lee and the HTTP protocol, and on top of TCP/IP. It was just freaking amazing.
That's
Mainframe
freaking amazing.
in the 70s. Oh, I can't pull myself away from it. Anyway.
Halt and catch fire. You know what? Halt
Hey, listen.
and
You're going
catch
to be
fire.
mad at me because you're going to just binge the whole. It's going to ruin 2 weeks of your life because you're not going to do anything but watch it.
I'll tell you what's ruining my life in a second. I got a couple of comments that popped up here. I have to bring them on first. The question about where veg is. Veg is on Locust around 12th, and since you've never been there, if it hasn't closed, I'll take you there for my next birthday, but I won't go bungee jumping. Sarah, it's a date. It absolutely is a date, and I wouldn't expect the bungee jumping or anything, but veg sounds amazing. But Sarah, you're amazing too, and that sounds phenomenal. Sue says hi everyone, and Sarah says you are WYSIWYG, Matt.
yeah. It's what you see is what you get. And I was just being lighthearted that I'm messed up. I mean, of course I'm messed up in the head because I'm a geek and I have many passions, woodworking and piano and just web development, and so I'm a freak in I'm messed up in that sense where I have too many things going on at once. Just a relaxing vacation terrifies me. I mean, when I'm on vacation, I go full speed ahead, and then when my vacation's done, I need 2 weeks to recover from the vacation. Like that's
So when was your last vacation, Matt, and where did you go?
um I went on a weekend trip to New York to my friend's house. He has a big property, and it was to learn how to do TIG welding. And it was a retreat with about 15 other people, and we spent got there Friday night and partied, and then we worked all Saturday and all Sunday, and then we left Monday morning. It was fantastic. And this guy's a huge YouTuber. I mean, he's got 1 million subscribers. It's crazy. And he's been on he's had 4 television shows. I mean, the guy's like a super awesome, top of the game type of guy. And
Yeah.
it was over my birthday, and it was just
It felt more like a retreat than anything. It sounds amazing.
Oh my God. It was probably the highlight of the decade.
Wow.
It was that good. Cause I'm hanging around all my woodworking and maker friends and new friends, people I didn't know, and doing something creative. I'm learning a new skill. Like, I love to learn. I love it. Like I said, I can't sit still. I taught myself woodworking. I'm teaching myself piano. It was that was my last vacation. What was your last vacation?
My last vacation wasn't too far back. It was actually this past weekend I was in State College, which I'll take as a vacation. Sure, it was just some downtime away from here, which helped. And then there was a trip to Saratoga Springs back in November. And that was incredible.
What did you do?
Basically nothing. Nothing
Okay.
terribly. I mean, there was a trip over to Boston Spa, and there was a trip around Saratoga Springs and Malta and whatnot. Going to shops, going to the park, feeding ducks,
Nice.
going to some art galleries and whatnot. It was a lot of fun. And then we just did a lot of stuff with the Wishing Well. There's a restaurant in Saratoga Springs called the Wishing Well. Fantastic. Fantastic food. It's a family-run establishment, 60 years plus. Just incredible stuff. And then the next day we went to a place that has more hubbub than it should have. And it was sort of, Matt, I've been there like 3 years ago. And I was saying, okay, this is it. This is a redemption trip. I certainly thought I would go there. It would be phenomenal. It was Salt and Char over at the Adelphia, over on Broadway in Saratoga Springs, and it's one of those restaurants that are run by one of those celebrity restaurateurs and that of David Burke, no relation to Paul Burke. It's important for me to say that. Important for me to say that.
Okay.
Um, and it's a sort of place that was fine on its own before David Burke took a dominating interest in it, and then took a chief interest in Salt and Char and became his group being the chief restaurant group for that place. The food, Matt, is horrible.
Oh no.
Horrible.
What?
It's a place that prior to Burke taking over was very farm to table. Would talk about where the cuts of meat would come from. Would talk about where the produce was coming from. Would talk about everything. And when he came in there, it became more about what sort of whiz bang sort of just garbage goes in there, right? He does things like appetizer items where he's hanging bacon off of a clothesline bacon. It's putrid. It's horrible.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing is, it's not cheap, Matt. It's not cheap. It's trying to lure that New York City pricing up to Saratoga Springs, and it's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I thought 2.5 years later they would work out the kinks with David Burke there. No, horrible.
Okay. Wow.
Had a better dinner at Wishing Well than any other place in Saratoga Springs than Salt and Char the next night.
Oh, jeez. Good to know. Good to know.
Mm-mm-mm.
You want to see what I made at the retreat?
Sure.
Tig Welding retreat? Okay, hold on.
Saratoga Springs is fantastic. I definitely recommend Saratoga Springs. I just don't recommend Salt and Char. Just don't go there. The hotel that's in, the Adelphia, fantastic. Oh my God. That's nice.
It's a icosahedron, 20-sided die. Look at that. Look, these welds are a slightly different color. I don't know if you can tell they're a little bit more gold than these. Different type of weld. So yeah, this is my 20-sided dice. That was one of the things I made. Made a couple
things. Is that some sort of prop dice that you would use if you're playing D&D?
Yeah. If it had numbers on it, it could work. It would destroy your table if you rolled it.
It's a sort of die you would bring to a D&D game to a person that you know what, they didn't really need that table. I'm just gonna let them have the fun of rolling that die, and as the table breaks, and oh look at that, look at that.
Try and keep it in frame.
Good luck for Mario to go to the warp zone with that die blocking him.
Yeah, you can go to Japan. They have Super Nintendo World. It's ready. February 8th, I think, is they're opening the doors. Can't wait. Oh, speaking of food, I've got a bucket list, and this is open to the internet, but maybe you and I can pull this off in the future after the COVID-dovey blows over.
I'll wear 2 masks and a hazmat suit. What are you propelling there?
The Sacramento Grilled Cheese Festival. Now hold on. 21 and over, 2 days, all kinds of grilled cheese from the basic to gourmet. And I want to go. Let's go to California to eat grilled cheese during the Sacramento Grilled Cheese Festival.
I know someone who might know a thing or two about that. Paul.
Okay. Well, okay.
If you're watching, Paul, tell us about it. It'd be great to hear your take on this.
The thing about grilled cheese is, and I am sure everyone listening will 100% agree with me,
Hmm.
it's the best food because it is both crunchy and chewy at the same time. Because the middle is the gooey part, but the exterior is the. Think about it. Any food that is both crunchy and gooey is a top food item. Am I wrong?
No, I
That's
mean,
wrong.
you think about all the things I gravitated to. You think about the perfect slice of pizza. I, Matt, am the sort of person that likes his pizza well done. I like a little bit of crunch in that crust. And then, of course, you're talking about the cheese nature of pizza, so absolutely, there's
Yeah,
a check. I
dude.
think,
Hold on, hold on.
yeah,
There
yeah.
was this restaurant when I was growing up. There was only one of them. It's called Pappy's Pizza, and they had a big clear window where you could watch them making the pizza. And as a little kid, like that was fascinating. But here's the thing: it was thin sliced pizza, and you could hold that up, and the point would still be a point. It wouldn't droop down. Like you could hold it back by the crust, and the
Mm,
pointy part, it was like you could stab your eye out. It was the best pizza I ever had. And because it was crunchy, it was
hmm.
thin pizza, but it was not floppy. I just wanted to say
Have you ever had New Haven style pizza?
New Haven. I don't know. This
Oh,
is this is
there's your
something that
taco.
is both crunchy and chewy. Tacos.
That
That's
might
not
be difficult to actually eat that piece, though. I mean, that
yeah,
looks like
yeah.
I don't think it's edible.
This is the crunchy taco, and this is the chewy taco, because this is plush. Okay, sorry. So what kind of
No, no,
pizza?
no, no, no. It's absolutely fine. Pepe's was my favorite pizzeria in the New Haven area back when I was living in Connecticut. Was living
Okay.
there for 11 years, and you go to New Haven outside of Yale and whatnot. There's Sally's, there's Bar, but then there's Pepe's. And Pepe's has this brick oven that is older than Moses. I'm thinking, and you order a large pizza, you don't know exactly how it comes out because it's done in a sheet pan, and it just takes a mind of its own. But it is the sauce is homemade, the sausage is homemade. It's one of those places where you have to say a mozzarella pie, cheese pie, put the cheese on it. It's incredible, right? So you talk about that sort of premise that it for a food to be on the list, it's got to be cheesy and crunchy. Pepe's is a good example of that for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Dude, I love it.
Sarah says, as I think you respond to, definitely crunch crust, soggy crust is the pits. Yeah, I agree.
Now, I guess they have the floppy pizza that you can kind of floppy over, and that's sort of a thing. And I mean, it's hard to mess up pizza. It really is hard to mess up pizza. But
You'd be
but
surprised, Matt. You'd be surprised.
well, I'll tell you what. When I reheat pizza, never goes in the microwave. I get out a pan and I heat it in the pan, and it will make the crust solid, and
Mm.
you'll have that crunch.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yep. Fire. I need fire to heat my.
I'm surprised you're not big on a cold pizza though.
I mean, I don't dislike cold pizza, but yeah, I'd rather have it on the stove top reheated. Sort of my thing.
I got that. I got that certain sort of spammer again over on the Twitch side of the house. John, why did you join Twitch? I have no idea. No idea.
Are you multi-streaming on Twitch?
Yeah, I'm all over. I'm on the NBC television network, Matt. I'm all over the place.
No, don't be on television. That's a step down from streaming. Come on.
Matt, this is the 14th hour of today. Don't you know that?
Today Show. We broadcasting out of Rockefeller Center in New York, New York.
Speaking of television, Matt, and you mentioned what was that? Halt and Catch Fire.
Yeah, Halt and Catch Fire.
It's
It's Netflix, not television.
the thing is, I
Technically,
I
it was on
love
AMC. So anyway,
I love Pluto. You ever watch Pluto? If you have one of those like a Roku or
All my
Fire
TVs have
TV.
Roku.
Okay. Pluto is basically a treasure trove of all the classic television you possibly ever would want to
Oh,
watch.
is it a streaming service?
Oh yeah.
Is it one of the apps on Roku?
Yeah, it's an app on Roku.
I'll pull it up on the TV.
Yeah, Pluto TV. They have a lot of stuff from many different providers. But the thing, Matt, that really is something that I just can't stop watching, and a couple of people know what I'm about to say. I can't stop watching Buzzer, which is, you think of the Game Show Network. This is a better version of the Game Show Network, if you ask me. And I just launched a channel like 3 weeks ago. Matt, this is like I'm really just I'm about to cry when I say this. They're doing a channel that shows nothing but Price is Right from the Barker era. So from the 80s.
Here it is. Is that
Matt,
it? Pluto?
Yes, that's the one. Matt, it's incredible.
Oh,
And it's also sick on how many things I remember from the 80s and how I could price things in $1983.
I think it was already installed. I don't think I ever launched it. I didn't even have to like download it. It's just
There you go.
running.
There you go. But I mean, I've been seriously hooked on that channel.
That we're not in this by ourselves. We're not alone.
Oh, there goes my demonetization. It's okay. You're fine. Sarah
Demonetized
says,
for that? No,
I'm kidding.
I'm
We're
not gonna
fine.
find that.
Sarah says, "Sorry, it's easy to mess up pizza." Yeah, it is very easy to mess up pizza. It's Sarah. There's a corollary to that. It's easy to mess up coffee too, and the corollary premise is never trust a diner that screws up coffee. And if you think about coffee, you go to a diner. You want good coffee because you're getting that breakfast. As Matt will talk to his scrapple addiction, he needs to scrapple in the coffee. You can't screw up the coffee. If you screw up the coffee, then you shouldn't be in business. Sarah, I absolutely agree with the pizza. You cannot. It's easy to mess up a pizza, and if you screw up the pizza, you shouldn't be. You should close down. Gotta close down for sure.
Put the
That's my
festival sign
hot
up.
take. Oh, Festivus for the rest of us. That's my hot take on coffee and pizza. In the next hour,
yeah.
we're going to talk about foie gras. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to.
Yeah.
Sourdough pizza crust rocks. I've never had sourdough pizza crust. Matt?
No, but we've been doing the there's like a pan crust, but it's like a flaky crust pizza that we've been cooking here at the house. You throw it in the oven, and that's what I like because it's real thick and it's like you're eating a pastry, but it's got pizza on top of it. It's different. I like
See,
that.
I'm also, Matt, you talk about the thin crust. I'm also a big believer in thick crust. Not Chicago style. Not Chicago. No, Chicago style is great, but I like Sicilian style pizza too.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of squares and rectangles.
No, never be afraid of that.
Yeah.
Thanks for the app. Just got Google TV for my mother. Well, I mean, if your mom likes game shows and likes, all of the likes concentration and Let's Make a Deal and this, and then Price is Right, especially the Barker era, that's the app for you. Pluto TV is fantastic.
Bob Barker. Oh yeah, he's a riot.
And then Sarah asks, are there any diners that actually have good coffee? Yes, absolutely. There's diners that have good coffee. Are there any around here? Maybe. Gotta catch you on the right day. There's a diner by me over in Thorndale called Kelly's. They do fantastic coffee. And you can tell Matt it's fantastic coffee. You go there, you have breakfast, and you cannot stop drinking the coffee. You end up having like 6, 7, 8 cups of coffee, which is way too much coffee to go with your omelet. But that happens.
There's a diner called Neptune in Lancaster, and it's all home style, home cooked, American, and yeah, good coffee, good hand spun milkshakes
Oh,
with real whole milk and real ice cream. Oh yeah, to die for, to die.
there's
And
some people.
the
Yeah,
portions are insane. Like whatever you would think the portion would be, it's double. It's
family
crazy.
style. It's
Oh
family
yeah,
style.
but it's for yeah, sort of. It's good, but good
It's
coffee too.
like ordering an omelet and not expecting them to give you the bucket of Beppo treatment, and now you realize it's an 8 egg omelet. It's like I didn't ask for an 8 egg omelet. Where the heck did that come from?
Yeah, that's called a pipeliner. There's a um, diner in Middletown.
Hmm.
Forget the name of it, but we used to go there after the bar when we were wrecked, and we used to get these pipeliners. It was the size. It was the size of your head, and it was an omelet. I don't know how many eggs were in it, but it was huge. It was like 4 inches off the plate, spanning the whole plate. It I can't believe that's that they're
Matt,
serving.
they didn't make you an omelet. They gave you a freaking frittata. That's what that is. It's a frittata. You ordered a frittata. The whole frittata. Nothing but the frittata. Frittata.
It was good when you're out of your wits, all blasted from the bar, and you just, I need my grease meter to recharge.
Sarah asks, "Is it phyllo dough? That could be interesting." Yeah, I think it might be phyllo dough, Matt.
Okay,
That pizza you were talking about before.
maybe.
Okay. And Christina, what's up? What's up? Happy holidays to you, Christina. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, she's
If
over
you
on
want,
Facebook. What are you doing
yeah.
on Facebook? The fun's over here on YouTube.
Well, you can't be on Facebook when you have the YouTube guy that's on. It's like.
No,
Christina, if you want to jump in, there's the link down there. Just this is free reign here. It's no rules as always. Go ahead, Matt. Sorry, I cut you off there.
Wait a minute. The bell state is not in the correct state for your channel. It was not. Oh no. Something's wrong. I can't make the bell do all notifications. Look at this. There's a glitch on YouTube. YouTube's conspiring against you, John. They won't let me click the all notifications setting. Watch. I don't share the screen.
Matt, am I making money on this anyway? I'm not.
Okay,
let me get your picture up there. Hang on. Boom.
All right.
And then we'll add.
Prove you I'm
add,
not crazy.
There we go.
See the state of the bell? See how
Yeah.
it's like that's unacceptable. Venture forward. It's got to be on this position right here. But watch what happens. Did you see it?
Yeah, I see it. You can't get
It's still-
notifications.
It didn't flip.
I'll have to see. I have to see what's going on. Maybe it. You know what, Matt? It could be Restream that's trying to get me on this.
Maybe I'm signed in
saying.
under a different account.
Maybe.
No? I am under all things YouTube. Let me try it again. Well, let me go personal. Nope.
Nothing.
Maybe I'll unsubscribe.
Oh,
I've
I lost
unsubscribed from you.
Oh, Matt, I knew you were going to do that.
Well, hey, now it's hollow. Look, I got it closer.
Oh, there you go.
That's better than the line through it.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Look
Beautiful.
at that. Troubleshooted.
Troubleshooted for sure. And now we got just.
Can you fill out the bug
random
report?
Yeah, I'll fill out a bug report and all of that. Let's see. And then Christina also says that she couldn't get notifications either. It's something I'll have to look at Restream and see what's going on there, for sure.
I'll nudge the CEO of YouTube when I'm in bed
give him a
with
call.
her.
Give her a call. Yeah, give her a call. See what's
We're
going
having
on.
an affair, her and I. Yeah. Yep,
Okay,
Susan.
They paused that long enough to put the suspenseful music in there?
That's what my co-host Brenda is convinced is happening. It's not happening. That's not a true statement. But she's like, I know what's up with you, Matt. You and Susan are trying to make something happen, and then anytime something bad happens to Brenda, she thinks I upset Susan, and Susan's taking it out on my co-host Brenda.
Sarah's there's a absolutely amazing patisserie brasserie in Lancaster. We couldn't believe it. Fabulous. It wouldn't be C'est La Vie, would it? C'est La Vie, home of the substantial salad, across
What's
the
a
street from Dipco,
brasserie?
in the heart of Lancaster.
What's a brasserie?
A patisserie is basically a pastry place.
Then what's a patisserie?
I think she was saying patisserie.
Patisserie. What's a patisserie? If a baricity is a pastry place, what's a
brasserie. A brasserie is not a patisserie. A patisserie is a pastry sort of place. A brasserie is it's a BRASSERIE.
Okay, you've described what one of them is. What's the other?
Well, three of these things are not like the other.
You told me one of them's a pastry place. What's the one that isn't a pastry place?
Well, let's find out, because obviously
You don't know. See, I put the screws to him. He doesn't know.
You did. You did. You absolutely did. A patisserie is a shop where French pastries and cakes are sold. That's the first half. Now, the other half is the brasserie.
Okay.
Which
Brasserie
is an
is the same
informal
thing, but more
restaurant,
food.
especially one in France, or modeled on a French one with a large selection of drinks. That the brass for it's where you can get a fine beverage or two.
Okay. So it's like the difference between like breakfast and brunch. It's like kind of the same thing,
Maybe
except the side of
Sarah says
cantaloupe.
maybe.
Yeah, my young cousin said, Matt, what's the difference between breakfast and lunch? And I said, or what's the difference between breakfast and brunch? And I said, brunch is the same thing as breakfast, except you have a side of cantaloupe. Basically.
Breakfast is the same as brunch, except the brunch has the mimosa in it. John,
Yeah,
you run a
babe.
recovery. Why are you saying that? Well, I'm just saying a lot of people drink at brunch. I'm just going off of memory
Why are mimosas so freaking expensive?
because they could charge a premium for that.
But it's just a splash of champagne and orange juice. I'm like, that's the same price as a double shot Jack and Coke.
That's right. That's why
we don't-
That's why I don't go to brunch, because one, I don't drink anymore, and two, it's expensive.
Okay, and we're not hobbits. We don't need to eat that often.
I like one big meal, at a meal where I can get all you can eat meat, like a fogo de chao or a chima, and have people dressed up in gaucho uniforms with a big giant knife on a giant spit, giving you as much top sirloin, bottom sirloin, whatever. I like that sort of place.
Yeah.
Keto friendly.
I dig it.
Apparently there's a lag. It makes the conversation challenging.
Well, drag the playhead all the way to the right. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, so the other thing is we talk about the battles I've had with overeating. I think the one sort of thing I get as far as a cheat meal is going to like a place like a Brazilian steakhouse and doing that. And I feel like there I can have all the protein and keto friendly and all that stuff, and I don't feel like I'm doing any sort of bad thing there for sure. And there's no lag in Ireland. Refresh maybe.
Oh, technical issues.
Any big plans for the Christmas holiday, Matt?
Well, my son is here. He's back from college. So it'll be my wife and my son. And then the girlfriend will be over, I think, Christmas morning.
Your CEO girlfriend?
No, my son's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Not my mistress. She's
Got
not
it.
my girlfriend. Susan's not my girlfriend. Come
Okay.
on. She's
All right.
my mistress.
You're living the French lifestyle. I get it. It's. I
Yeah.
don't. No judgment. You do you. That's.
Yeah, yeah. Now, see, we were going to have Christmas Eve at my house, and the Haas tradition is to play scat, which is a 3-card poker game. Now, we only play for like you put $3 in front of you, and then the lowest hand abandons $1. So you you can play like 20 hands and only lose $3. So it doesn't like really, we don't do it for
Right.
to rake in cash. We do it because it's fun and for bragging rights. So we do the Christmas Eve scat game, and we're not going to be able to do it this year because obvious reasons. But
Well, yeah.
my wife did get the shot. She got the Pfizer first injection of the.
When did she get the first shot?
Yesterday.
Hmm.
She went
And then she's
yesterday.
due for another one in 2 weeks or something.
To 21 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's because she is a respiratory therapist, so you can't get more front line than helping people with their lungs, because that's what people have problems with this.
Well, yeah. When
So,
you're talking about something that puts people on ventilators because their respiratory system's failing, yeah, she's definitely top of the list as far as first line for sure.
and my boss, her brother-in-law works at Pfizer and was part of the massive team that was helping with this effort. And he's a chemist. And my son, his major is chemistry. So he is going to call my son sometime this week, and they're going to have a little career talk. So my son in college is going to get career advice from someone who's in the field. Just really, really happy about it.
That's you know what, I gotta say this. I wanted to, and I gotta say the thing is, you see a lot of the nurses and doctors and whatnot having moments of just meltdown because they've seen so much, they've been through so much, and I just wanted, Matt, if you could thank your wife for me, I appreciate that because she's doing a Herculean job right now, and if you know a doctor or a nurse, you know, tell them how much you appreciate them because we need every single one of them right now.
Well, thank you, John. I will, and I'm sure she'll appreciate that. But you know, they're just so tired of it. It's so relentless. It won't go away, and it's tough. You know, there's been a lot of close calls and a lot of stuff. But
Sarah
I don't
asks if my capacity's different. I don't know. Is my capacity different?
I don't know. Oh, recovering addicts here. Hello, recovering addict. I'm Matt. Thank you.
LT, how are you, man? Thank you for letting me be on the show last night. LT runs a fantastic program and a fantastic channel over at Recovering Addict, and is definitely one of the great recovery groups that I am a part of. Between him and Sober James and Nicole, Real Recovery with Nicole, fantastic guy, fantastic
Sounds
family,
like stand-up guy.
Yeah, and he reminds everybody to hit that like button. So hit that like button for sure.
Oh, did I hit the like button? Let me make sure. Was it hit when you saw it? John, I did not hit the like button.
Matt,
sorry.
What are you
I
doing
have
to me over
rectified
here?
that problem.
LT, he didn't hit the like button. What's up with that? Hang on one sec.
Oh my.
Rex, that's what I was about to say. I know. Here's a guy who's on my show and he doesn't hit the like button. What's up with that? What's up with that?
Well, I jumped on. My audio was all messed up. My hair was all out of whack. Come on. I'm a wreck. I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess over here.
Oh, Sarah's asking capacity with respect of quantity of food. the sort of thing is, if I go to Fogo in a given day, if I'm going like once a month, once every 6 weeks, it's a day I'm not eating until dinner. It's gonna be the only meal of the day. So yeah, it's the sort of thing where I couldn't tell you exactly what the caloric intake of a Fogo meal is. I'm just making some sort of guesstimation on what I'm consuming. But if I have dinner plans at Fogo or Chima or Texas to Brazil or any of those, it's usually the only meal I eat that day. And then the next day, I'm probably not eating at all either. LT says, "Well, I was in a good mood. I don't know what happened, LT.
Come on.
You want to jump on and talk about it?
It's a
You
lot to
can.
be in a good mood about.
It's a lot of bean, yeah.
It's a nice night. Got a roof over your head. Come on.
LT's telling you got to hit that like button. He did that, and thank you, LT. I appreciate it, man, for sure.
That's nice. And I unsubscribed and resubscribed. I want credit for that.
You got it.
And
There's the bell.
I couldn't get the bell to stay in the on position, but I fought through it.
There you go.
Technology will not win. When there's a problem, I am relentless in chasing down the bug.
Matt, you know, the last time I was playing with the soundboard, I had to take that episode down. So I'm just hoping I could keep it clean. We could just keep this on the level here. But the last time I played with the soundboard, all craziness broke loose.
Hey. I only have 3 things in my soundboard: the rim shot, George Takei,
Oh my.
and the applause. So I don't know. Must have been all on you. Yeah, what's with taking that stuff down? I come on your show and you take it down.
It's not Matt.
I'm
It's
gonna
not
have
you.
words with you, sir.
It ended up being a conversation about gambling, and you know, the thing is, I do a show about recovery and getting away from that sort of thing. So I had to repiece that, and I'm working on that next week, and I'm off next week to make it useful for the viewing population and the community. I know you're. There you go.
You get 1 infraction. You've used it up.
Just one.
No more infractions. I'm teasing. You know I love you, brother.
Matt, I love you too. You're a great guy. And at some point, we have to reprise that chili dog contest we were supposed to have. That didn't happen.
Yep, famous hot wiener. That's the name of it.
Famous hot wiener. Something that could be, yeah.
Yeah, there they are. It's a legit place.
With 3 locations to serve you better in Hanover, 2 in Hanover and 1 in York.
You got it. And yes, there is
free advertising.
0 funds on this card because, of course, I use them all up.
Oh, yeah. You find a good place like that, you don't let it go. I'm a big believer in that.
It's the best I've ever had. The best.
You know, we can get into debates about hot dogs. I enjoy a good hot dog. Some people say, hot dogs? What are you doing eating hot dogs? Hot dogs are crazy. But I like a good hot dog. I like mine a little charred. I like a little bit of char in my hot dog.
That's how they do it. They do it on the flat top. They cut the hot dog down the middle where it's butterflied, not completely in 2 pieces. And then there's burnt parts of the hot dog, and they put it in the bun, and they put, first they put a little stripe of mustard on it, put the hot dog on, start piling on the meat, and then they put so many raw cut onions, it just falls all over the place.
There you go.
And no, they don't deliver. Copy Trading's asking if they deliver. I don't. They don't. Unless you do. Maybe they're in. What is it? The food delivery. The DoorDash. They might do DoorDash. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it'd be. It would have to cross the Atlantic Ocean to get to them.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Sarah says that's so nasty in every way. No, see, that's just it. Because, you know, if you pay them an extra $20, they'll put a portable defibrillator next to your table so you can, like, when you have a heart attack, you can just shock yourself back to life.
No, we were really thinking about getting it shipped to you. We just have to find a place that will ship it to you
I'll tell
over
you,
across the ocean.
they'll sell you a whole bucket of the sauce, and you could freeze it. So we could take a bucket of the sauce, freeze it, ship it off to wherever copy trading is in the world, and then he could thaw it out. He would have to cook his own hot dog and prepare it, but you'd get it close. You'd get close.
Do they do takeaway? 10 to 2. I mean, you can get over there. It'd be a very expensive trip to get hot dogs, but they could ship it. I'm sure if you talk to someone over there and there are 3 locations to serve you better, I'm sure they could find a way to ship it over to you.
Speaking of food, you and I have to do this because you're a Philly guy. All right.
Yeah.
There is a steak sub place. Actually, sorry, steak hoagie place, and it's called Philly Steak and Hoagie. Now, before you start getting all up in arms that it's not authentic, they drive the bread into this location in central Pennsylvania daily from Philly. It's Philly cooked bread. And the one year there was a snowstorm and the car got into an accident without the bread, they shut the place down. They wouldn't use day old bread in this. The cheesesteaks are killer.
It's a deal breaker. They need the bread.
They need the bread. And I get the pizza without. So it's the pizza sauce and the cheese whiz and the steak, no onions.
Sarah reminds us that they need all the dry ice for vaccines. Sarah, I absolutely agree with you. So we might have to wait to ship it over to you there until 2027 or sometime.
Sarah said, "Did you hear it's now in Antarctica?" Oh my! I guess it literally is everywhere.
It is all 7 continents, and they're manufacturing vaccines in Ireland too. We gotta do everything we can to try to beat this. It goes from your own hometown, your own street, your family, your friends, but you also have to think about it globally as well. And certainly, it's got to be the sort of thing where you have to have an understanding of what's going on, but also being diligent about things and knowing where you're drawing lines and also conveying the message you need to as far as what you need to do to protect yourself in this strange era of COVID and the pandemic and all that. So, Sarah says, got to be at the Italian market.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of if someone doesn't social distance. I'm a big fan of the throat punch.
Oof. Violence.
It gets the point across. No, I'm kidding, of course.
So you got a little bit of family for Christmas, and then what are you doing for New Year's?
Nothing. I have no plans for New Year's. I have Mind Equals Blown at 7. So from 7 to 8, I'll be on Brenda G's channel doing our show on New Year's Eve, 31st.
A little shameless plug for the New Year's Eve program.
Yeah. Yeah, no plan. You doing anything? Did you say your Christmas plans? Do you have Christmas plans?
I'm going to see the family, just a small gathering, 4 or 5 of us, for Christmas Eve tomorrow night. Okay. Staying the night. I'm going to have Christmas morning in Stroudsburg, and I'm going to drive back home, and it's going to be a Christmas dinner of Chinese food and Wonder Woman 84.
There you go. Take that.
And then
That's
also,
right. It drops Christmas Day.
Sprinkle in episodes of The Price is Right from 1983. Just all of that.
Do you have HBO Max?
Yes.
It doesn't have a Roku app, does it?
Well, what I noticed was that the HBO proper app migrated to HBO Max. So I used to have 2 or 3 different HBO apps when they had the 2 or 3 different services. It's
Yeah.
now just HBO Max across the board.
But can you get it on the Roku, or do you have to stream it from your phone to the tel?
There's an HBO Max icon on my Roku. So yeah.
I tried to I had HBO Max when the Raised by Wolves came out
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a fan of the director, and there was no app on the Roku little app search thing. And I was like, it's got to be a mistake. And I looked up on Google, and they're like, no, haven't released an app. Then maybe they released an app for it now.
Yeah, and I noticed that the HBO Max icon on my Roku home screen just got there within the last 4 or 5 days. So I'm not sure the last time you checked, but
Cool.
there you go.
Well, because when I canceled, because I signed up, but you can get out of it in 7 days, no strings. And I'm like, I want to cancel. They said, why? And that's what I put. I was like, no Roku app. Get on it, people.
I was looking for new episodes of The Sopranos. What happened? Well, you don't do any Sopranos? Oh, wait, that's 15, 20 years. Never mind.
The actors are dead.
I
Oh,
know.
Copy Trading just subscribed to Awesome Wood Things. Thank you, sir.
That's awesome.
I hope you like it. A lot of things in the background I made in Awesome Wood Things. I didn't make that. That was a gift.
I don't have any sort of special... I should download the confetti one. I bought it. Just haven't put it in my little thing there. But the confetti, or I don't have the Cali popping up from... No, there is none. Cali's a...
Oh, you're going to buy the confetti from Livestreaming Pros. Yeah.
Yeah. LT and Felice and the family are watching Wonder Woman on Christmas. You're not alone there, sir. And Sarah reminds us that no mask, no social distance. She does the wicked stink eye.
Okay. So you know what I used to love on Christmas? The Doctor Who Christmas episode. Now the franchise is in the toilet, and no more of that.
No more of that.
That was the
Now,
best.
how many? Here's a fun question to ask you: How many iterations of A Christmas Story are you going to watch when TBS and TNT streams it for 12 consecutive airings, starting 8:00 tomorrow night? This is not plug. We're not plug.
I love that movie.
Me too.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Fragility must be Italian.
It's a major award. Paul Jackman, the woodworker, he made he remade that out of pallet wood. He cuts down pallet wood, glues it all together in one solid block of wood, all made up of little pieces, and then carves it out. And he made double the size. Of course, his shtick is everything's big. Like he made like a knife that's the size of a person, and he makes like a screwdriver the size of a person, all out of wood. Anyway, and so
he likes his big things. You can't fault him for that. He likes his big
crazy.
things.
He made a working box cutter. Where you slide out the box cutter blade out of wood, and it was 4.5 feet long. It was crazy. His channel blowing up, and he's in good with the mods on Reddit r/DIY, one of the biggest subreddits of the whole site, and they allow him to put all his videos there. He just gets tons of traffic.
It sounds like something I can get easily hooked on for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jackman Works. Yeah. Look up Jackman Works on YouTube. I guarantee the guy's one of a kind. One of a kind.
There are very few things I'm addicted to these days, but one of them is stuff like Game Grumps. I'll watch Game Grumps until I'm blue in the face. but obviously LSP and all the work that we do, I'm very addicted to. But I mean, like that sounds like something I could spend hours upon hours in watching.
He's got a very dry humor about it. He's funny, and you'll watch him assemble a project over 14, 15 minutes because he's making it in his wood shop. But when he's done, he has something you've never seen before made out of wood, and it's just marvelous.
I will watch it, and I'll let you know what I think by the next time we do this come the first of the year.
Sounds good.
Sarah says her Christmas night is listening to Obama's new book while she sews masks. I haven't picked up the book yet, but I should, and I will.
Oh, the wife will make monkey bread Christmas morning, which is like a sticky bun in a pan. But like, yeah, that's good. Good stuff.
Monkey bread.
Monkey bread. Yeah. Oh man.
I like that. I like the sort of Christmas cookies you make for Christmas. Lace cookies and tricolors, Christmas balls, and the whole nine.
We like the peanut butter cookies. That's our favorite. And my aunt makes what do they call it? Dollars?
Sand dollars. Yep.
But real super thin, but real firm. Like they're not perfect.
Yeah. I'm very picky about my Christmas food, and I kind of alluded to it yesterday. It's for me, the Super Bowl is tomorrow. Christmas Eve for me, the feast of 900 million fishes. That's my day. The soup de pêche and the squingili and the calamari and the shrimp and the oysters and you name it, it's there. All of it. All of it's there.
I'll take that seafood all day long.
With respect to the Obama book, he is the narrator. It's great. You sold it. You sold it for me. And then Sarah asks, what exactly is in that wonderful treat that you're talking about?
I knew you were going to ask. Let me do some Googling.
Sarah, I think we'll get an answer to that quicker than the brasserie versus patisserie story of 30 minutes ago. So,
it's a soft, sweet, sticky pastry served in the United States for breakfast as a treat. Here, I'll put it on screen.
Yeah. I'll get that up there. There you go. And to make sure we don't... There we go.
Monkey bread.
Yeah, I do love bread.
Oh, this is a good picture of it here. Yep, that's how we make it. And what it is you get the what do you call it? The pastries in the cylinder that you crack open,
like a bundt pan.
Well, that's the bread that it's like a croissant, bread. Biscuit dough. It's the biscuit dough. You get it in the cylinder and you crack it and it poofs out of the thing. Yeah, that's what you use. Cinnamon, margarine, brown sugar, walnuts, raisins are optional. Yeah. Oh man, it's so bad for you, but it's so delicious.
Aren't all those foods bad for you? And yet,
So true, so true.
Oh yeah. Should I be having 2 or 3 bowls of the soup de pêche? Not really. Will it happen? Maybe. Especially with what we do. We do the thick spaghetti, and we do something called a leach. So a leach is the breadcrumbs with the anchovy paste, and it becomes like thick breadcrumbs, but it's got the anchovy paste in it. Sprinkle that on top of the thick spaghetti, and then you have the mussels and the clams and the shrimp and everything. It's incredible. And no, I probably won't have 3 bowls of it. I probably have half a plate of it, maybe a quarter of a plate of it. Not much of it. I'm talking a big game, but it's not going to happen.
Right. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
So what else is going on?
Let's see. I'm off next week, which is great. I got some things I want to do as far as what I want to do for season 2, which I'm starting on January 5th. There's some, as funny as that sounds, I'm on vacation, but there's some work stuff I have to look at as well, so I'll do that next week. It's just basically a lay low week, and just doing minor stuff, not anything big for sure, and probably watching classic episodes of The Price is Right from 1983.
I can't go wrong.
Nope.
Or you can get sucked into Halt and Catch Fire.
Yeah, Halt and Catch Fire for sure.
Hey,
Or what? Yeah.
I was going to switch topics if we're.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna say I would probably watch Wonder Woman 84 about 9 times.
Oh yeah, because if you buy it, you can watch as many times as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I figured something out live streaming. Do you want to hear a tech solution that I figured out?
Absolutely.
Okay, actually, David Foster. I asked this on LSP, and he said a bunch of things, but he gave me the answer. He gave me the answer. Look at this TV. Okay, see how it's like. It looks like a TV. As I change the what do you call it? The aperture.
Right.
See, now it's what's it supposed to be? 125. So there's 125. This is 1/125th
Mm-hmm.
of the speed, the aperture speed.
Right.
And you see that bar that's floating up, that
Yeah,
black.
there's a gray bar keeps on floating up in
Yeah.
that picture.
Well, if you drop that aperture, so now it's 1/125, and now it's 1/100, 1/80, that's dropping, 1/60. You can't see that bar anymore.
It's gone.
Now the trade-off is motion is a little more blurry. Watch me exaggerate it. Is this boring? Should I not be talking about this?
No.
Okay,
This
so
is good.
Here is like
There's a lot of streamers in this room.
1/20. Now watch my hand. See, it's like you can't even see my fingers. It's like one solid block of. Now it obviously let in more light, but but if you go to where you're supposed to go, because I stream in 60 frames a second, so they say set it to 125, and now you can. My fingers don't blur anymore, but I got this weird band. But if I cut the difference and go the in-between state, you can kind of see it there on 80.
So
That's
what is
1/80.
the happy medium aperture rate?
They tell you to double it from what
Right.
your frames per second are. So if you do 60 frames a second, it should be 1/120. But there's no 120 on the menu, so you go 125 because that's closest.
Mm-hmm.
So that bottom number of the fraction, it should be double your frame rate. So if you go 30 frames a second, it should be 1/60.
Right.
But I don't know. Like this looks fine to me. Like
Yeah.
when I jiggle my hand like this, is your first reaction, oh, that's a low quality video signal? I'm like, I think this looks fine.
Yeah. The truth be told, when I made your full screen for a second, I noticed that your video was slowing down, but I think it was just
it could be something with
contention
Ecamm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw there was a little bit of a lag. But so anyway, that's what I saw. This weird band, because I can't change the frequency of the TV. Like it just is what it. Like some higher end TVs, you can make them go 60 frames a second, 120, 240. Like you can change, but this TV is I guess a lower end TV. It didn't have it. So I'm going to go against conventional wisdom and have my aperture 1/60. And now I don't got this weird band on my TV anymore. What I wanted to do was I wanted to get 4 big screen TVs with the edgeless boundary and just have a wall of TVs behind me and then put stuff and have it be like that. But I didn't want to do it if I had this weird band floating up through all my TVs. So I think I found a solution that will force me to buy 4 major appliances,
Well, there you go.
televisions.
See if there's any
Eh,
sales the day after Christmas.
Well, I would have to set up another part of the house as a secondary streaming location, and then build my 4 television set with the seamless, so you can stack them all together, and you can just see like a little thin strip between them because there's a little piece of plastic on the edge, but it like goes right up to the edge.
You know what you're doing there, Matt? You're creating a video wall, which has always been a dream of mine.
Hey, we're adults with disposable income. Come on.
Yes. Yes, we are. I was going to do a 9-panel, but a 4-panel works just as well.
Well, you would do a 9-panel if it would be you and a guest. That's
Yeah.
a lot of room behind one person.
You know, for that 14th hour of today that we're doing. Sarah asks, have you watched Ted Lasso?
Not I.
No, neither have I.
Sober AUB is here. Hello, I'm Matt.
Aubrey, how are you, man?
See, does my wave not look professional because it's too blurry?
How's this wave good? It's a good wave.
Oh,
Oh man, and Aub, as soon as you jump on, as soon as you jump on, it's oh, he's doing good. I'm glad you're doing well, Aub, for sure. Aub is joining us from Australia, so it's Christmas Eve for him.
oh, good day, mate.
He just woke up at 11:30.
Waking up at the crack of noon.
There you go. That's doing it the right way, for sure. That was my philosophy in college on the weekends. 11:30.
No 9 a.m. classes.
3 o'clock, 5 in the afternoon. Aubrey wishes us a Merry Christmas. Sandy says, "Hey dudes." Hey Sandy, how's it going? What's going on? How you doing?
Oh, Sandy's over there on Facebook. Hi, Sandy, all the way over. I can barely see you on Facebook way over there.
She's
Was
hiding.
she in here earlier?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember her earlier. Sorry. So I get talking to John and I get all messed up in the head.
We lose track of things, Sandy, and Aubrey, and Sarah, and the rest of the Eyewitness News team, and LT, and all of you. We lose track because we're getting older.
Yeah,
So it happens.
yeah, getting older, talking about crazy topics.
But Matt, as I always say, we're not getting older; we're getting wiser. So there you go.
I don't think it's a one or the other thing.
You're probably right on that too.
Oh my! I've been kicking butt playing my video game. Did you see I got that coin-operated video game?
Yeah, I did. What's your high score now?
I took a picture of it. So let me see. My score.
By the way,
is...
Sandy's sound went out right as you were saying something, Matt. Sorry.
Oh, bummer. Forget what I was saying. 199,700.
Why am I clapping when I have this button over here that I'm using again? There you go. Sounds like that.
I love that game. Oh, someone else joined us here. Marilyn W. Hi.
Marilyn was on from before and is saying hi to Aubrey as Aubrey is saying hi to Marilyn. So people are saying hi to each other.
Good to have you in the chat, Marilyn. And I watched that episode. Most of the episode. I think I had to do something toward the last 20 minutes. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff indeed. So we know what we're doing for Christmas. We know what we're doing for New Year's, and I have my sights set out for January 5th when we start season 2 of the Venture Forward. I'm laughing because Aubrey says John should be a commentator. And and we're off. So
I should start a gaming channel, gaming my coin-operated video games, and you should do the play-by-play voice commentator.
I could do that. I absolutely could do that.
So that could be our ticket. You know, step
Be the
one,
thing that
do
if you're
that.
playing one of those, yeah, you're playing video games, you could be playing Madden. You play Madden or any of the sports video games, and like, calling the game and everything. It'd be fantastic.
That's it. Yep. We'll do that. Step 2, we'll figure out step 2. Step 3, millionaires.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, and then there's the money for sure.
That middle part, nah, we'll get around to that middle part, but we'll focus on the beginning and the end.
And then Aubrey says he will collect 10%.
10%. That's kind of steep.
Well, he's going typical agent pricing on that.
Think we can back him down to 8?
At least 9. I think Aubrey would be a great agent and say, okay, I'll do it for 9%. Maybe.
Well, why don't we go in hard at 8, and then when he beats us up, we'll settle for 9.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
It's a little bit
Aubrey,
not
you didn't hear
customary,
that.
Aubrey, to hear the strategy, but you just heard our strategy, so there you go.
Oh, see, look, he's playing hardball already. Look at his comment.
9.2%.
I can't win with this guy.
9.2%. He'll be an agent, all right. Oh man. So all your Christmas presents all taken care of? Do you have to run out to the store to do one more emergency trip like I might tomorrow?
I think I'm good. I drove over to my nephew's house because I always give my nephew a big wad of cash because I love the guy. But since he can't come over and play a 3-card poker with me on Christmas Eve, so I went over, said hello to him, and gave him the present. And I gave him some of Brenda G's soaps. She makes the goat milks soap. Ooh, that's my brother. Let me see what he wants. He doesn't hardly call me. Do you mind?
All right. Yeah,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. No worries, man. As Matt is talking to his brother, let's talk about our favorite kinds of soap. I'm a big fan of lavender soap. I like a good lavender soap. I also like soaps that have verdigris in it. I like other kinds of soap. So I'm a big fan of soap. And Matt's back. Welcome to the program, Matt.
Yeah. She makes artisan goat's milk soap. And it's insane. She's got like 60 different scents, and they're all in stock. Because I went to her Etsy page, and the menu of options is so big it doesn't even fit on. Like, you've got to scroll the menu of option. So I said to her, I was like, Brenda, which one of these do you have in stock? Because I'm going to place an order, and I don't want to force you to make a batch. If you don't, just I have them all in stock. I'm like, well, no, there's like 70 of them on the 60 or 70 of them on the site. Like, which ones? She goes, no, I literally have all of them in stock. I was like, are you insane? Yeah.
I will wipe you out of your entire inventory. What do you have there, Sandy? Tell me what you have.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I like going to farmers markets and finding soaps and whatnot. I love buying local soap. It's always been something I enjoy. I haven't gone to her page. I definitely, maybe offline, if you can share that link, I'll definitely take a look.
Yeah, it's on Etsy. So yeah.
Aub is a big fan of Irish soap, and Sarah's a big fan of French milled olive oil lavender.
It's never been a big thing for me, but with being a woodworker, my hands get all beat up, and the soap that she has, it has mush. It's like it helps it. So
this is not a plug either, but shea butter. I'm big on shea butter. I have a tube of it at my desk, and I have a tube of it upstairs. Because everybody's skin's getting dry these days. given moisturizing and hand sanitizing 59 times a day. I mean, our hands
Yeah.
get dry. So, and Sarah says also Chenrika. She loves good soap.
There you go. My
And then
aunt, she
Aubrey
owned a
says, imagine
Crabtree
Sarah
in
going up
Evelyn.
and asking a shop owner for that soap. LOL. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying my aunt was a franchisee of Crabtree and Evelyn, which was like a
Hmm.
Bath and Body Works type shop
Yeah.
before Bath and Body Works was a thing, and they had a lot of soaps there. So that was
Didn't they have a deal with was it HIG and Holiday Inn Express, Crabtree and Evelyn? It was one of
maybe
the
I
big
don't know.
hotel chains because I remember getting their soap a lot when I was on the road.
Yeah,
Who knew?
yeah. Some of those hotel chains they have the high end uh, toiletries. The whole point is they hope that you buy them as a consumer after your stay at the wherever you stayed. But yeah.
Or what you do is you ask housekeeping to leave extra, and then you just take it all with you.
Well, when I was on the Disney cruise, they have it's called H2O is the brand name of the soap. But now they slap Mickey on the side of it too, but it also has the H2O branding. And they'll sell it in the store on the ship for $20 a bottle. And we told our house uh, we said every time you service the room, leave an extra thing. Like even if you come in twice a day, every time you're in there, just leave us one every single time. And she did. We had a whole basket full, and every time you use it, you feel like you're back on the cruise because it had its own scent. It was we loved it, and it wasn't real harsh. It was good stuff.
Do you have a giant Tupperware bin underneath one of your bathroom sinks upstairs in your master bathroom with nothing but these soaps and shampoos and conditioners? Because I do. I've collected over all this time, and when people come over and stay, and they're shocked to see this giant bin filled with Hyatt soap and lather from I mean all over the place. I'm a big fan of lather. Lather's fantastic soap and shampoo. Love it. But it's like I collect it all. And yes, I might have told housekeeping to leave extra because there is a guest that isn't really there. Just so I could take it home with me. Yes, I'm admitting that here on this live stream at 8:02, December 23rd, 2020.
Hey, when you're on a cruise, you got to work the system. And I'll tell you what, those housekeepers will be thrilled to give you whatever you want because you know the big tip's coming at the end of the end of the stay.
Drop them a 10. That's why drop them a 10, drop them a 20, whatever you have to do. But I'm big on that. Sarah says Roger Gallet's Fougere fern soap is amazing but hard to find.
John, I think I'll have about 5 more minutes before I got to jump. Just give you a heads up.
Yeah, I got about 5 minutes left too. And
Okay.
then Pillsbury dough. That's Marilyn was going back from before. Pillsbury dough, the tube.
Right. Gotcha. That's it. Yep. Yep. My.
I'm trying to figure out a strategy for tomorrow because there's as I mentioned, there's gonna be like 900 million fish tomorrow. So do I start with the squingili salad and maybe the calamari, or do I go straight to the soup de pêche? Phone lines are open.
Well, you want to start with the things that are not filling. And I think if your only choices are seafood, then you're fine. But like the wrong way to work a buffet is to pile up on the breads, which are always at the beginning of the buffet. That's a rookie mistake. You know,
Right.
you want to go to the meats, you want to go to the eggs. Anyway, you get it.
And usually there's a meat plate as well because they like to do antipasto. But I find in a game full of seafood, that eating meat kind of defeats the purpose a bit. I might be a purist in that regard, but
I mean, if there's non-seafood choices, don't get suckered in. Stick with the seafood.
and if you get bamboozled and suckered into a lasagna, don't maybe a small little sliver, but you gotta stay away from it because it's all the seafood. You gotta do the seafood for sure. Sarah says the obvious answer, in that of salad. Yeah, squingili salad, regular salad, garden salad. Yeah, all the salads. There'll be multiple salads tomorrow, Sarah. I'll take a picture. I'll send it to you. Well,
Yay.
Matt, that's a lot of salads, a lot of seafood, and my mind's contorted right now. Which way I'm gonna go in that direction?
Just stay focused, my friend. It's a mission. You got to think of it as a mission. Stay on mission.
So a mission from Gad.
I don't know what it is, but success is the only option.
Oh man. Well, like we warned people, we're gonna wrap it up in about 5 minutes. So we're there, and I'll say some final thoughts, and we'll call it a season. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Matt, you if I don't talk to you in the next couple, well, I'm gonna talk to you. Why am I talking? But have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, Happy Festivus, all of that stuff, and a happy and healthy New Year. And stay safe, please.
Merry Christmas to you too. All the good things.
Matt Haas of All Things YouTube. Take a look at him if you're out there on YouTube and whatnot. He's got many channels. An incredible creator. And Matt, it's an honor and pleasure to have you on the show, but also really glad to form a friendship with you this year, and I'm looking forward to the incredible things we're doing in 21 for sure.
Oh, the carnage has not yet begun.
Oh, those are words of warning. Words of warning.
We have not yet begun to defile ourselves.
You hear that, Burke? You hear that? I'm just kidding. It's fine. Matt, take care of yourself, man.
Good times ahead for sure.
See you later, buddy.
Take care.
Bye. I might as well get rid of it. There we go. See, I'm back on one screen again. That's how it works. So here's the thing, and Ob makes the obvious comment. Defiling is fun, especially when you have a lot of files. I know I have a lot of things on my hard drive, and I have to clean up things every now and then. And my phone, I have about plenty of files, plenty of pictures, plenty of everything. So, yes, you have to clean that up every now and then, or move it to the cloud. Use a service like OneDrive or Dropbox and use that. See how I clean that up? See how that works? Anyhow. That said, I want to wish all of you a very happy and healthy holiday. A very happy we're done with Hanukkah, but a very Merry Christmas. A very happy Festivus today in your feats of strength and airing of grievances. But moreover than that, a happy and healthy New Year. And I want you to stay safe, stay sane, stay strong, stay sober. We'll pick this back up on January 5th, where we start a 3-part episode on depression. It's going to be a very tough topic, but I think given the holiday season, it's something for us to shed some light on. So it's I will say this. It is an honor and pleasure doing this show, but getting to know all of you, and no matter what you do this season, make it a great season. It's been a tough year, but tomorrow's another day. And as long as we stay on point, we will be good for sure. Bob asks a question in the sense that, will it be depressing? It doesn't necessarily have to be depressing, a topic on depression, but we're going to talk about things for sure. So we'll join us on January 5th at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific for part 1 of a 3-parter on depression. Thank you, Sarah. I will do my best, as everybody else will do their best too. Have a great night. Happy holidays. Happy New Year.